PayPal stock has made a new 52-week low on the last trading day, Friday, October 20. And so in this video, we will review the data on unusual options activity to determine whether PayPal stock has bottomed yet, and if it's a good time to buy PayPal. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So this is the options time and sales tape where we can see public records of the options trades for October 20, Friday. And the unusual options that we wanted to take a look at are the ones that were over 1,000, right? Here they are. To find out what this could mean. All right, and let's go for the first set of options, 13,913. What does this mean? Okay, so November 17th. Here we have the 42.5 strike puts. We can see the volume, 14,000 here, greater than the open interest. So we know these are opening trades for both the put and the call side because it is also less than the unusual options of 13,000. So for this trade done by this wealthy trader, we believe they are buying the 42.5 strike puts and selling the 42.5 strike calls. We say that this is a wealthy trader or investor because we know that they put a lot of capital in this. You can see that each contract costs about 2,200 buying power because one of the calls options here is a naked call. And since we know that there was about 13,800 contracts, we can multiply by the buying power effect for just one of these, 2,200. And we can see that this was a $30 million trade. That's why this is a wealthy, rich investor. And so this data is very important. And this is what we do on our channel, is to watch and monitor the trades done by the wealthy and rich because they tend to have a higher probability in being able to predict where stocks go. So if you're interested in this type of data and analysis, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever we detect this type of data. You can see that this is a short position. $53 is where PayPal is trading at per share now. And as we move down in the price, you can see that this trade becomes profitable. It is a positive value. This is a profit loss diagram here. Okay, so anything above this zero is profit. Anything below is a loss. And that is why as we move forward, this becomes negative because this is going to become a loss because this is a short position with a negative 98 delta, bearish. Okay. So let's take a look at the other unusual options sets to see if we can confirm this bearish sentiment. Now we have a 40 strike put here, 4,000 being sold, and we can see this was done at 220, so a different time period than the 230 trades. This was 230. Let's just check to see if this is an opening trade because that matters. And we see here that the 40 strike here is not necessarily open. We need more data to confirm this because open interest is 9,500. This is greater than the 4,000. So they could be selling these puts to close, not necessarily selling them to open. So that's something where we need to continue to monitor the data. And if there's anything significant, we can update everyone. So let's take a look at the next one. These 2000s here, 55 strike puts and 45 strike puts. We can see here what's going on here, right? 2000, 55, and 45. Now, notice that this was actually done at the same time, at the 16-second mark. So this was done by the same trader together as a trade together simultaneously. So what we believe is happening here, you can see here that the price here at 140 is actually quite aggressive because this is higher than the ask price here. Okay, so they were aggressively buying these 45 strike puts. Okay, so what is going on here? Let's take a look at the chain. January's. We know that the 55 strike puts are over here. Notice the open interest is a lot greater, 14,000 than the volume. So these could be closing trades. Same with the 45 strike puts. Open interest again greater than the volume. And so these could be closing trades. So the data again needs to be confirmed. We need to continue to monitor and track this data to really understand whether these are opening or closing trades, because this matters whether or not a trade is very bearish, mildly bullish, or very bullish. Okay, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of this. And so last but not least, we have these 1,120. This was done at 3:23, so just about 40 minutes left of the market, right? Now, take note that here we have another trade also at the 23-second, okay? We believe these were done at the same time, okay? This one here was 600. This was done as a spread, okay? So option spreads, two or more options being traded simultaneously to create a strategy. So what is this, right? 160 strike puts, 95 strike puts. Let's take a look at what this could mean. Here we are at the here is the 95 strike puts. We can see here, this is very deep in the money here. Volume here, greater than the open interest. And as we go down to the 160, we also see that this volume here is also greater than the open interest. So because these strike prices are very deep in the money, you can see that the delta is -1, very, very deep. PayPal is only trading at $53. This is $160 strike price. And this is $95 strike price, right? Very deep in the money. Not very significant because we are so far away from these strike prices that it is not so relevant. This could be traders that have positions on these already and they need to move some options and shares, and they need to assign some of these shares that they have. And so this is not so relevant in our prediction on using this type of data. When things are very, very deep in the money and both options are being traded like this, it's not that significant to us. It doesn't tell us very much as far as the directional bias that this trader is looking towards to. It tells us that this trader is not trading based on a direction. Now keep in mind, based on all of our analysis, this has been the most significant, this bearish position here, right? And we know also that this position could possibly be also a hedge, because they could also have, for each of those one contracts of options, they could have 100 shares of PayPal stock, because one option represents 100 shares of stock. So you could see that by doing this trade, they are actually profitable no matter where PayPal goes, because you could see that the profit here at expiration is above zero. So this type of trade could just be a way to collect premium from volatility. And so that's something to keep into account, that they may not necessarily be very bearish, but they wanted to collect premium and did not have very high hopes for PayPal going up, because if it goes up, you could see that they are limited in their profits of just being able to collect $26 per trade. So it does limit their profitability. And because we have earnings coming up, that's also a possibility that they are worried in fear that PayPal could drop lower, and so they are hedging their shares, because this earnings is on November 1st. So that's next week. So very soon we'll find out what happens to PayPal for earnings. Does this short position, possibly a hedge, will it help this trader out? Comment below. What do you think will happen to PayPal for earnings? Do you think PayPal will continue to go down or up? Has PayPal bottomed yet? And is it time to buy PayPal? What do you think? Comment below. And as usual, please smash that like button. It really encourages us to see those likes so that we make more of these videos for everyone to learn and to perhaps beat the market. Because if you are one of our members, you know that we share exclusive videos that are beating the market, where we can outperform the market with the stock picks that we are picking based on this type of data, where we pick stocks where we have a clear direction, whether it is going up or down. We can see what the wealthy, rich traders are doing, and we follow and trade in that type of direction with different option strategies. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's not. Depends on how much buying power or capital could be required, or the risk to reward ratio. And so you can learn that in our membership videos that we provide to members only by clicking the join button on our channel homepage. All right, so that is it for PayPal analysis of whether or not it has bottomed. Comment below what you think, and hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. Take care.